Good day, beautiful soul family, and welcome back to Discovery to the Miracles Beneath the Surface. All the honor and all the glory and praise goes to our Heavenly Father in King Yeshua's name, Yahweh. Beautiful soul family. On You're Going to Learn Today Productions, we are pretty much bringing to you something that is an update. So yesterday, day before yesterday, by the grace of the Most High Yah, I put up a message called Trojan Horse. And I'm really indirectly sending a message to those countries who are receiving a Trojan horse. And interesting enough, have let them in the door. You see, they didn't put the Trojan horse in any old place. And the strategy is to make it look good. But truly, there's an alternative motive. And so, beautiful soul family, I'll just say it. I've not been one to beat around the bush. In Burkina Faso, they have they're shaking hands with Coca-Cola. And in so many ways, this is the reason why I put out the message, Trojan horse. And it's about understanding who is shaking whose hands. Now, I have a lot of respect for Burkina Faso. Beautiful land. It's flourishing because it has a great leader. That is for sure. And but I saw a message, a video, where Burkina Faso President Ibrahim is accepting an alliance with Coca-Cola. And my thing is that Coca-Cola shakes hands with a certain somebody. There's no way of, beating around the bush is not a good thing, especially when lives are at hand. And so Burkina Faso is doing a lot of things, especially with their gold, and they're utilizing inventive, different ways, very unique ways of bringing forth change. And so, as I was doing the message Trojan horse, there will be certain companies that have been known to be great. Okay, in the past they're known to be great, but over time, a lot of ingredients has changed, and over time, a lot of who they shake hands with has changed. And when certain companies do certain things, we may not see those plummeting changes as of yet. But when they do certain things and they make certain moves, remember this is chess, not checkers. They're looking at their long haul. I remember I used to, well, not used to, I still like the show Bridgerton. And what they would do is they would interlink with different families by the means of marriage. They would interlink with different marriages to save their family, especially when they are about to run out of money. And so, what's so interesting is that there are a lot of people who are observing, who are taking notes. And so they like to make it look like, they're hanging on to how people view certain things, and they utilize that. They wear that as a mask, okay? And then they set up alliances with certain people, okay, knowing the trajectory, knowing where they're going, and knowing the changes. And so they are connoisseurs, okay. And well, interesting enough to note, here in America, um we know, okay, that the truth about Coca-Cola, we know the truth about the drinks and the different ingredients, okay. And when they go to certain countries that they truly don't care much about, it's about more about them making money during a time frame that they will be losing money. So it's a means, it's not so much about them saving others and providing jobs, but they are positioning themselves, okay, chess, not checkers, so that in the long run, they will still be making money. I have a message that I would like to show you, and it's just so interesting. I saw this today, and this is about Coca-Cola. Now, as I mentioned before with Trojan horse, let me see, where do I have this? What? I wrote it down, thankfully. And I said, I wrote down, ah, I wrote down this: Trojan horse, tactics of war, divide to conquer, but also appeal to their interest, but then move forward with alternative plan, interweaving self so they can either not be moved, so they keep their presence. It's almost like, just as there are doors closed. Remember, the Trojan horse was about appealing uh to their likings. So they saw it as a gift because they thought that they deserted the war. But truthfully, they were still in position. They still had war on the mind. They still were doing war tactics. And so when they realize that the protection, their defense mechanism is strong, they have to come in a different way. And so, I'm okay for looking crazy when I'm saying this, but beautiful souls, there are companies that don't care anything for people. And when you have beautiful people, they may not have so much from the start, but they're healthy. They don't have certain toxins in their body. And that's the whole point. The whole point is not only to set up the defense mechanism, but also keep the offensive going. The defense mechanism is to prevent enemies from coming in, and the offense is to make sure that as there are things going on in the front end, that the back end is protected as well. Just saying. So stay tuned for this small little message, and I'm going to end it with this message, actually, with this video. Allow you, I don't want to say allow you, but I think it's important to connect the pieces. You see, it's all about positioning. Okay, it's all about understanding that we cannot just trust the history, the front face of a business. We also have to look in the long run in reference to businesses and seeing, are they going to last, or are they truly trying to save themselves from going belly up? To the next message, have a beautiful and wonderful day, and may Yahweh continue to bless you with His love, His peace, and His joy. And may you keep your eyes open. May you stay connected to the Most High Yah, because He will not ever steer you in the path of destruction. Coca-Cola immigrant workers
Coca-Cola called ICE on its own employees. So according to the immigrant workers, they were working their shifts. And guess who strolled into work to come pick them all up? Yeah, Border Patrol. And now I am seeing videos everywhere where there are literally shelves filled with Coca-Cola because no one's buying it. I didn't even fucking know they were boycotting Coca-Cola. Not that I think you should drink that shit anyways because it's poison. I can rest assured that Coca-Cola is going to take a good beating from them because they are one of their most loyal customer base. That's for sure. I used to work retail when I was younger, and Spotlight, their open support for Black Lives Matter, highlighted by a hefty 500,000 donation from Sprite, a Coca-Cola subsidiary, was once proudly displayed on their website. However, it's been discreetly removed. This change seems to coincide with BLM associates showing support for Hamas, especially following confrontational events in Israel. Texas Senator Ted Cruz swiftly observed this omission. He's taken to social media demanding an explanation. He's urging Coca-Cola to be transparent. The controversy grew when BLM Chicago shared a provocative image which was connected to a technique employed by Hamas in the past. These raised eyebrows and stirred discussions. Meanwhile, Cruz isn't stopping at Coca-Cola. He's challenging other corporate behemoths like Amazon and Apple regarding their BLM donations.
Over laying off thousands of Latin American workers at Solo's bottling plant in Texas. But that's not the end of it. What made it worse was they turned over their own employees to ICE after terminating them. Not only is this action by Coca-Cola justify a boycott, but let's talk about the legal aspect of it too. The action by Coca-Cola violates a federal law that a lot of people are overlooking, and it is called the Immigration and National Origin Act. It's termination based on national origin. So this federal law prohibits even recruiting, hiring, or terminating an employee based on someone's place of birth, their country of origin, or because they sound foreign. So if you have a bunch of people that you suspect are illegal or undocumented, or you were involved in trafficking them to your facility, your bottling plant, then you really can't terminate them and then turn them over to ICE because then you violate this federal statute. And the statute is written really clearly. It says you cannot discriminate against someone based on their national origin or citizenship status. So if an employer is now retaliating against its undocumented workforce and threatening or actively turning them over to ICE and terminating them, then that employer runs the risk of violating this federal statute. Okay,